Hello people, Flugum Productions here for another MKW vid. This is actually a 1v1 KO that I have right here. This is from quite a long time ago, but my editor was being weird, so, and for some time I couldn't be asked to record the narration for it, but now I can be asked, so here we go. For those of you who don't know what a 1v1 KO is, basically it's a room with a bunch of Grand Prix, or GPs, as we call them for short, and whoever's last after each GP is out. So I have 3 GPs of footage. I was in more of them, but my camera ran out of battery after the third race of the third GP. But getting into the race at hand, it's Mushroom Gorge, and I am using textures. So right off the bat, I use a random green, and it does snipe someone. KP passes me a TC, so I end up passing it to EUP George. There are 2 Georges here, and I barely survived falling off because I was avoiding him with a TC. Now the POW comes, and I completely fail, and I go into the grass. And then I try to get out of the grass, and I get bumped back into the grass. So now I'm in 8th out of 10 people. There were supposed to be 12, but one of them had error codes, and one of them just forgot about the KO. So I get a star in 8th, and I use it right here, and I hope to get a shock dodge, but I don't. And again, I barely survive. I barely don't fall off, and that was laggy. Jordan, or D'Artagnan as I should call him, he stars DV George. So I pull triple reds, and I just use them pretty randomly because everyone else is just failing and getting owned and stuff. Now the shock happens, and I missed the item box, so I go back for it, and I get triple shrooms, and I do the off-road glitch, and then now I'm in 5th, and the blooper comes and sprays the screen with blood, because Darky is awesome like that. I barely avoid KZ's TC, and I pull a red in 3rd, and to be honest, I can't remember what happens for the rest of the race. I think I just hold it. Yeah, I hold it, and the blue comes, but he's already over the line, so I end up getting 3rd overall, which isn't bad. As for how this will work, I will upload the 1st and 3rd GPs to my own channel, and the 2nd GP to CHMK, so I'll put CHMK in the description, so you should sub to that if you haven't already. Moving on to the 2nd race, we have Peach Beach right here, and after the DC vs EUP wall that I uploaded the highlights of quite a long time ago, I am kind of known for epic comebacks on Peach Beach, so I'm hoping that I'll get one just like that this time as well. So I'm in 4th, but I have bad alignment because I go for the wide box, and I end up going into the water, so I lose some time, and now I'm in 6th, now 7th, missing boxes, so I go wide for box, hoping to get a star or some dodge, but I just get triple shrooms, so I chain them up here, and I do get a star, and I wanted to hold it, but I end up using it because someone behind me is in a star, but I end up getting a shock dodge, so I'm fine with that. Now D'Artagnan and I are 1st and 2nd, we're top 2, and we weren't Skyping, but what I was hoping was that I was just going to play polite to him, so I would kind of hold 2nd, and in doing so I would try to hold our top 2 and hold a breakaway, and that pretty much works until Right at the last stretch, the shock happens, Jacob dodges, and I believe he gets first. But I get third again, which I'm not complaining about, but let's just see the results. I think Jacob got first, D'Artagnan got second, and I got third. Yeah. So they're tied for first on 27, and D'Artagnan was sad that there goes his 60, but hey ho. Now, MC3, I muted the volume here because my mother was using the Hoover. And even though I can't hear the sound while I'm narrating this, you will hear the in-game sound come just randomly through the second lap, I believe. And I get a mega in, I don't know where I got it, but now I'm in 8th, and then I get redded by EUP George, and I go back into to 10th, so I use it because in 6th it's a great item, in 10th it's awful. So I get a box in 10th, hoping that I can get the shock, but no, I get a golden, which is really good on this track as well, so I golden all the way up to first, and I pull a fib here, so I quickly back spam it to hit DV George. Then the shock happens. I don't think anyone dodged, considering I'm still in first. Okay, AT Trialer, he's Cookie, and he is just insanely lag bumping me, and then I end up slow owning him. And he was in a start after the shock, but I don't think he dodged. Then Casey gets blued, but I get a really unwanted draft. So I get drafted into the sand or grass on this texture. Now it's a real cluster here. So I end up getting 6th. Yes, 6th. Can't remember where everyone else got, but we'll see pretty soon. Okay, KP, who, spoilers, ended up being the winner of the KO. He got first, and now it's DKSC, and this is one of the most annoying races I've had on DKSC in a long time. So I draft up into first and pull a green shell, and I think I back spam it here, yeah. I back spam it, and I don't think I hit anyone, but I pull another green shell, which I'm just going to hold as protection in case a red comes, and I go for the double, and then KP comes out of nowhere and bumps me. I thought he was on a Mac bike. So I fail the double, and Rosco's just lagging, yay. So I'm in 6th, and I go up for a box. I miss the trick. There's my parents' bird clock, okay. I pull a POW at the perfect time to target POW at 2 or 3 people, and now I'm in 3rd, and I pull a fib, which doesn't really help, but I back spam it before the zippers, and I do end up hitting Rosco, I believe it was, and that I'm really scared of DV George's red, so I try to red it out of him, but it skips him, which ends up being really annoying because he ends up slow owning me while I'm trying to do the double for a second time. So I fail the double lap 2, and I'm determined to get it lap 3. So now I'm in 9th, and I get a golden, and I just use it straight away. And I believe I get a good chain. Yeah, rather good. So I'm in 6th now, and I pull triple reds, and the shock happens. What the heck? Awful shock. People dodged in the cannon. If they didn't dodge, in the cannon they dodged in dodges. that was just awful. So I have 2 shrooms, and I'm like, okay, I want to do the double, and I know someone might slow own me or bump me, so I'm going to use a shroom, and I finally make the double, and then a Shy Guy comes and out-physics me, and I miss the trick, but the shock happens, and because of the shock, any tricks or anything were nullified, so because of that, I was on a level playing field with D'Artagnan, and he was in Mac Bike, so I outsped him, and I ended up getting second in that race and second overall. So thank you for watching. Check CHMK for the second GP.